It's your man 10, allcandid.com. I decided to get in front of the camera for the first time. Why? Because I felt it important to talk to the painters, to the customers. This the man that's been sitting behind the camera talking to you for these last 80-some videos, 90-some videos. It's me. This is 10, allcandid.com, 318-918-0331. And I decided to get in front of the camera for the painters for this one particular reason. You need to try the wet. If you're a customer, you need to buy the wet. You need to bring it to that painter that has not yet found out about what I feel to be, and what a lot of other painters who have actually tried it, the best clear on the market. The wet, like I say, it's going to give you the results that you want. It's going to give you the look that you want. You know what I mean? It's going to give you all of that. If you don't try it on out, you'll be missing out. It's a high solid clear with an affordable price, which will save you time and money. Time meaning you don't have to cut and buff. Time that is very important when you're in the shop. And for those who have a automotive shop, automotive paint and body shop, for those who have a custom shop, for those who have a custom shop like me, we pretty much wet sand and buff everything anyway. But if there was a time that you could leave it alone, guess what? You'd be wishing you could. You wish you could, and this is it. This clear does not shrink. Doesn't draw up in the cup. The next day you don't lose the shine. This is the next day. I had to paint a couple pieces. I had to paint this wing for an Impala SS and a bumper that I'm working on. This is the next day. All right. And I'm talking to you via the spoiler. That's what it is. The spoiler. I'm talking to you in the spoiler. This is what you see when you use the wet. If your clear does not look like this, you at least need to try the wet. What's it gonna hurt? Get an old fender. I sell it by the quart. Like I said, we sell quart samples. Try it out. All I'm asking is try it out. I felt it important for me to get in front of the camera to talk to every painter. Try it out. Listen to the other testimonials that are on the videos. Listen to the other customers. Listen to the fact that these are PPG certified. These are other customers with Sherwin-Williams mixing stations. They Sherwin-Williams accounts, but here it is. They love the wet. The wet plus, all the Autobahn products. They love it. They buy. But guess what? Every painter should at least try it once to say either you don't like it or you love it. But guess what? In most cases, and in say 90% of the cases, you're gonna love it. And guess what? You're gonna find something that's gonna be affordable and save you time from cutting and buffing, because you will have this result. One more time. If your clear doesn't do this, like I say, bottom line, if your clear doesn't do this, sticks to the cup, this is actually holding to the cup. You follow what I'm saying? This is holding to the cup. That's the look. That's the look you want. Excuse me. It's hot in here. That's the look you want. That's the result you want. This is how you get it. Try a quart. Try a gallon of the wet plus. You might want to know what's the difference between the wet plus. Wet plus is a little bit thicker. It's a 2-to-1 ratio, mixed ratio, so it's a little bit higher solid, only by 3%. There's only a 3% difference between the two. Excuse me. Only a 3% difference between the two. And the results is you get a little bit more orange peel with the wet plus. Just a little bit more. That's the one you might want to wet sand and buff. But if you like higher solid clear, then you do that anyway. Wet, because of that, it lays down. Just like my man in Tennessee says, it's glass in a can. That's the one that just spray it on 2 coats, 3 coats, leave it alone. It's gonna lay down. It's gonna act dead. It's gonna do what you need to do without even having to buff, to wet, sand, and buff. You're just gonna want to leave it alone. You're not gonna want to touch it. Your customer will have already thought you had done that with the wet. All right, that's a 4-to-1 mix ratio. Customers, if you want your car to look like this, if you want it to look like this, you buy this and bring it to your painter. Feel free, as I tell every customer that does purchase the wet, call me up. Buy it, bring it to your painter. Call me up. This is my cell phone, 318-918-0331. This is the same one that rings, the one that I'm filming on. This is it, 318-918-0331. Give me a call and I'll be happy to tell your painter, give him the tips, give him, like I say, whatever he needs to know for the best results, how to spray it, what would be, the best way to spray it. Bottom line, I'll give him what he needs to know to lay it down to give you what you're looking for. And that's this right here. This is the look. You want it stuck to the cup. If your clear does not stick to the cup, you need to try the wet. The wet, the wet plus. If your clear, as I say, doesn't stick to the cup, you already know, clear's drawn up. They're all in the center. If your clear, if your clear doesn't stick to the cup, you need to try the wet. All right? Try it. If you're a painter, try it. You will like it. You will love it. You will be glad you did, and you can buy 2 for the price of what you're paying now. Save you some money, save yourself some time. This is 10 in the hot box. I'm out here sweating, but I felt it necessary to get in front of the camera to let you, the customers, you, the people, know that what I'm selling, like I say, what I've been talking about, the wet, it's no joke. It's no joke. It ain't no question about, can you see what I look like? You see what I look like? This is 10. Allcandy.com. 318-918-0331. Oh, this is... There's a little service announcement. I'm in Monroe, Louisiana. Small town, 70 miles. Like I say, about 70,000 people, population between Monroe, West Monroe, where I'm located. A lot of my customers, a lot of the fans, a lot of the customers who call me up, ask me about paint jobs, they're from all over the country. Some of them can get their vehicles to me, some of them can't. If you're a painter, if you own a paint shop and you do automotive paint and body, but you're looking to do custom work and have turned down custom work because you don't have somebody to paint, or that's just not what you do. You do the basic paint and body, but yet you're willing to get into custom work and you have clientele that you've been turning down money for, call me. I'm a mobile painter. I'm willing to go mobile because not everybody can come see me, but definitely I can go see other people. I can go to other cities. Example, Chicago, St. Louis, DC, Boston, Florida's, South Carolina. If you own a paint shop and have been turning down custom work, call me, 318-918-0331. Probably we can collaborate. We can make something work. And no need of losing money. No need of losing money. Call me. Let's set up something. Let's set up something. Call me, 318-918-0331. This is 10 All Candy. As I say, I'm leaving them on the wet. I'm talking to you in the wet. And give you one more time. Give you one more look. stuck to the cup. This the fin, real quick. That's the bumper. Had not cut it, had not buffed it, had not done anything to it. This is the bumper. That's outside. That is outside the shop. Order it now. Call now. It's imperative now. Try it. All I ask you to do is try it.